I enjoy the life that I'm living now. I've been retired since 1980, which is about 4 years now. I'm enjoying life, and what I wanted to talk to is a bunch of young people because I wanted to tell them how to spend this energy while they are young, and that everything is good in front of them. They can go out in this world and make a good living for them, their families, and the rest of the citizens. I would like to see that happen. And don't come up with these drugs, the dress codes, the boys wearing their trousers and things down, the crotch of the trousers and things down to their knees. No. If he was my son, he wouldn't do it because I'd make a hole in the wall with him. No, I would not. I would. And I told one of the judges downtown what I would do. He said, Harold, he said, if you came before me, he said, I tell you, take that boy back home and give him another beating. But anyway, these are the things, and all of the young people I've helped. I said this in the beginning. If I ever get successful, I was going to help people along with helping myself. I help myself first because if I don't help myself first, who can I help? I can help no one. And I thank you for being here, and I hope that the next time you invite me, there will be maybe a couple hundred young people here that I could talk to and have time to tell them what it's all about. I like Fort Wayne, as I say. Fort Wayne is a nice place. But we have things that happen here in Fort Wayne just like any place else. Don't think Fort Wayne is the worst place on planet Earth, because it's not. Thank you, and I appreciate being here with you. And everybody go home. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay, Mr. Stith, before you walk away, it's one thing that I've always been wanting to ask you, or ask any fighter for that matter. You had all those fights. You had to be in the ring with people who are bigger than you and stronger than you, but yet you had to have in your mind, I can take this guy. How did you get that kind of mindset?
Look, the thing about it, first you have to, in order to be a good student, you have to have good teachers. And I had good trainers. My best trainer was a young man by the name of William Merritt, who was Joe Lewis's ex-sparring partner. He's the #1 sparring partner, and he took me for 2 years. And also on the island of Okinawa, and I didn't tell you that I was on the first day of invasion on Okinawa, and I lost my hearing out there. That's why I'm wearing these hearing aids. But when you have people who know, and they're also dedicated, and they can see the talent in you, and they help you, don't bring it out yourself. They help you bring this talent out. You go and you get in condition, you believe in what's going on, and you live a life of that particular sport or job or business or whatever. That is what makes you good. You go and see a lot of guys want to take drugs, drink, and all these kind of things, and run all night long. You can't do that. You have to make sacrifices. And this is what happened in my life. My mother and my father back in New York City watched me and saw that I was in bed at 9 o'clock. They saw that I had the right foods and things, the diets and things to eat. They saw that I got up every morning and ran around Central Park 5 and 6 and 7 miles. I have run as much as 10 miles in one morning. And you have to be dedicated. And this is what it was. And then also, Mr. Hackley, what happened is this. When you started getting in the ring, my first 13 fights, nobody saw the end of the second round. I knocked them all out. And then come to the 14th fella, he ran, and I couldn't catch him, and it was something new for me, so I lost that fight. And from that time on, I'm a dedicated person to anything that I do. I had a good plumbing business here in town. I made good sums of money. I gave away good sums of money. I've donated to several churches here in town, like $10,500 at one clip. I supported computer schools. My wife and I, we've done all these different things. We own the museum down, the only one in the state of Indiana, down on 436 East Douglas Street. And we stay busy. And then in that museum, We have been there 4.5 years. We've had over 77,000 people come through, and they're coming through. All the high schools come through. We like to do something for the public, and my wife was a school teacher here in Fort Wayne, the Fort Wayne Community Schools for 36 years before she retired. She meets guys in the street now and in the shopping mall and things who like 6'1", and she's only 4'11", and they're all down on their knees trying to hug her. Okay.
And hold on, one last thing. A lot of times an athlete can't take what they learned in the discipline of the sport and then apply it professionally. So you're a fighter on the one hand, but you always fought professionally. Just very succinctly, how did you bridge that gap?
Well, it really gets back to an attitude thing. There's certain things, just like building a house with material. If you put good material in there, the appraisal value will be there, the house will last longer. And so in fighting, like I was saying to you, that we have to be dedicated to the sport, and there's the public out there that supports us. If we don't, just like Mike Tyson. I like Mike Tyson, but I tell you what, he would be one of the greatest fighters that ever lived, bypassing Sugar Ray Robinson. But the thing about it is this: his attitude and his mouth. He destroyed himself.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.